Okay, so big news coming from DC. Apparently, next year we will have a new Justice League animated cartoon. However, it will not be on TV. It will be instead on Machinima, and the creative group behind it is Alan Burnett and Bruce Timm. Yes, Bruce Timm finally returning to the home of DC. That's awesome. Glad Bruce Timm is back. And I'm really interested to see this DC and this new, because here's the thing, Machinima has been known. While I'm not the biggest fan of Machinima, I've watched a lot of their stuff, and they have some good quality shit on there. Granted, some of it can range from good to bad, but at least they're giving it a shot. Now this is coming out next year, and the only characters we know will be in it are the Trinity: Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and there will be other Justice League characters. I'm kind of wondering if DC New 52 will be like, hey, guess what? Guess what? You're going to do the New 52 group. Oh boy. But I would like it to be. They haven't really, at least from the news article I read, they haven't really said what other Justice League characters this will have. All we know is that the big three will be in it. That's really it. Also, this story will be called The Chronicles of Gods and Monsters. And this was something I thought was going to be a DC animated film, but now it's going to be a apparently 3-part animated series. It will be darker, which is good. I am glad that, they are going to be doing a more darker route with these characters. Not too dark. I don't want anything where it's not where, the violence and swearing and stuff doesn't feel like it should be there. That's what I don't mind violence and blood and stuff as long as it serves a purpose to the story. So if they just throw it in there, like some of the earlier DC movies, like even ones with Bruce Timm in it, they just felt like, oh, you just put swearing in here just to make it PG-13. But I feel like, now that maybe they'll have it. Hopefully this will be under good. Hopefully it won't be like that. I really don't think it will be. I really don't think it will be like, oh, we're just making it PG-13 or R-rated for the sake of R-rated. I don't think that will be the problem, but you always have that fear in the back of your head. Now, the other thing is, again, this will be coming out on Machinima, and I'm surprised this is coming. Machinima is doing this, so this is going to be free. You can go watch it online and watch it for free. I'm pretty sure we'll get DVD sales as well. Machinima usually sometimes puts some of their stuff on DVD. I actually own a Terminator Machinima story that had Moon Bloodgood, who was in the fourth Terminator movie, the one that's complete shite, and I actually own that, and I got that because I had just watched Terminator, and it was a $5 sale. Now I know why it's on $5, because that movie was terrible. This is actually pretty okay though, even though it's the game mechanics, so it may look a little awkward. Anyway. So yeah, I'm really curious also to see the voice talents behind these. I'm really curious to see the voice talents behind who's going to be in the Justice League. As always, you can always say Susan Eisenberg, Kevin Conroy, and Tim Daly or George Newbern for Superman. I actually kind of like. I like Tim Daly, but I think George Newbern has a very good. I like him more as Superman. Don't get me wrong, I love Tim Daly as Superman, but I feel like George Newbern gives him that more powerful, heroic type voice. Kevin Conroy, you can't go wrong with Kevin Conroy as Batman. Same with Susan Eisenberg as Wonder Woman. But on the off chance that they decide to go with. Because sometimes they do with the DC properties, they sometimes have other voice actors. So I'm kind of curious to see what other voice casts could we get out there. I wouldn't mind Bruce Greenwood coming back for Batman. I think he was great in both Young Justice and Batman Under the Red Hood. I would like to see Mark Valley, who did the voice of Superman in The Dark Knight Returns Part 2, he was actually I really liked his Superman. Very underrated. I'd like to see him come back. For Green Arrow, get Neil McDowell back. He was a great Green Arrow in that Greg Weisman 11-minute animated short. I loved him as Green Arrow. I'd love him to come back for being Green Arrow. I know he was Deadshot recently in Assault on Arkham, so I'd like to. But I liked him as Deadshot. but I'd like to see him go. But I really think his voice suited more for Oliver Queen. We're probably gonna get. We might get Cyborg in here, so just get. So I can't really think of anybody else, but just get the voice actor who does Cyborg in the Teen Titans animated show and Teen Titans Go. I say that as hard. That really hurt me because he's doing that now, but yeah, I think he's a really good Cyborg when he's doing serious shit. So yeah, you can get him. Get that voice actor back. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. For other Justice League characters, Aquaman. Actually, let's talk about another voice actor, I think. Someone else who could be a really cool Batman, real quick. Let me backtrack to Batman. Miguel Ferrer. For those who don't know who that is, he's an actor who's actually been in one of the DC animated films, the Justice League New Frontier. He was Martian Manhunter. But I've re-listened to his voice, and I'm like, huh, he would be a really cool Batman. He's also been in Boston Legal. Or Crossing Jordan. I mean, yeah, Crossing Jordan. I don't watch this show, but my mom would sometimes like to marathon that on Netflix. And I'm too lazy to get up. You know, whenever you're like, you lie on the couch and you know something bad is on, but you can't, like, gravity is oppressing you, or your own brain is like, fuck it. And then there are other times where like, well, I've gone this far into the episode, may as well see how this ends. Sorry for that rant, but yeah, Miguel Ferrer, I think he just has voice-wise, I think he would be a really cool Batman. But getting back to Aquaman, Aquaman. That's a tough one. I'm kind of wondering what the Throne of Atlantis Aquaman will sound like. I did listen to the preview, and he sounded all right, but I want to wait for the whole Throne of Atlantis movie before giving my full judgment on it. I don't know for Aquaman. Can we get John DiMaggio back just so we can hear him say outrageous? For the Flash, I think it would be Flash and Green Lantern. I think it would be cool to see Nathan Fillion come back. I really like Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan. Although David Boreanaz was really good in New Frontier, I wouldn't mind him coming back. Josh Keaton, I think it would be Josh Keaton would make a really good Flash if you were going to pick someone else other than Michael Rosenbaum. But again, this all depends on what Justice League characters they'll be shooting for. That's what I'm really wondering. Because again, all we know is that the Trinity is going to be in it, and that's really it. So yeah. I've kind of rambled on at this point. But anyway, you guys tell me, what do you guys want to see in this Justice League animated show, and what do you think of it? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? You guys let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys later.